Good morning, Stephen.
Right. Okay. Now I've got a new
utility is for my Nikon SLR.
All
Yeah.
right.
I can't find any way of deleting it. It
So
doesn't work.
it's hiding somewhere on your computer.
Yes, very deeply.
Yes.
Okay. Now we've not heard from Stephen, so I don't know. Do we know if he's joining us this week or not?
I haven't seen any messages.
No, neither have I.
At
And
the beaches, he's a casualty of the beach. He's down. We'll keep going. The medics will get him.
Oh, he knows we're talking about him. I'm going to take that picture off. And I say good morning to.
Well, I'll swap my background in a moment.
Good morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Good morning.
I was thinking he was a casualty of war there.
Right. So.
It was weird. Talking about last week.
No, we're just talking about this morning. So far.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the show, and just to confirm, this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 277. Wow. Okay, and we say good morning to Chris. Hello. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello.
Good show yesterday as well. John's on the beach.
Yeah, well, after his sterling thing about fight, and the casualties, and I thought we were doing the fighting them on the beaches bit.
All right. Okay.
I'll change it in a moment.
It's all right. 3 minutes before we were due to come in, I couldn't get my camera on, so I do not have a green screen today. Right. Okay. Now, I suppose the story of the moment is one that we dread, and it's this one. This is the Middle East, which is the melting pot of basically turmoil. Any thoughts at all on what's happening in Jerusalem at the moment?
Yeah, they're throwing shells at each other.
They are. That's it. It's a tit for tat operation, isn't it? If you fire a rocket, then you are going to get bombed.
I've got to say, it's just as well that there's really government as well prepared with their shelters, etc. There would have been a lot more Israelis killed.
But it's a no-win situation, isn't it? Once you've got an escalation and you've got entrenched views, which are not going to change.
Yeah.
When they start shooting at each other, it's up to.
What do you mean by entrenched views, Stephen?
Sorry, I used it to mean that there is an ideology difference between, a religious difference between two nations.
Do you think the fact that the Israelis are in what's opposite of compliance? Are non-compliant with UN resolutions going back decades gives any excuse for what Hamas are up to?
Okay.
Well, if you go all back to the beginning, you could blame us because we gave Palestine to the Israelis, didn't we?
Yeah.
47.
It's one of those intractable problems which nobody can do anything about. And I just wonder, you asked what our views are, and none of us are qualified to put our views over there. But it's just
Stephen, your sound is terrible today.
Just a minute, Pete. Who do you think might one day finally solve this? Is there anybody likely to come along to solve it?
President Trump was quite good. He not a war, and he went in. He moved the thing to Jerusalem.
Pete, let's not, please. No, no.
The only president who said he would do it, although they said they were going to, but they never done it.
Pete, that was an antagonistic thing based on lunatic views. Who's going to come along to fix the situation?
Well, I think it should be the Arab countries that should sit down and talk with them and get it sorted out. That would be a start.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I have also seen some brave Palestinian people, and you know what they've done? They've actually stood up and said, "We've had enough of Hezbollah ruling our country." Some brave people standing up and saying that. You know, and you can't blame the Israelis because certain people want them annihilated, the whole race. So they've got to defend themselves. Wouldn't you agree?
Does Britain have a part?
I agree, Pete, but I just don't see anybody coming along to fix it. It's been going on for what? I mean, you say that the British created.
Whose job is it to fix it? Pray tell.
Hold on.
This thing, United Nations.
Hold on. We created this problem, what, 100 years ago?
1947.
Right.
And it's gone wrong ever since. I mean, hasn't it happened with quite a lot of the places that, quote, we gave back to our...
Yeah. India. They fought.
Who in the United Nations, Peter? Which person is going to make the difference?
I don't know. Some other country. Let somebody else take their turn and get right in amongst. Why not the French? Let's pick on the French. Let them do it. Be the head of it. If Britain should say, listen, whatever we do, you'll never be happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash our hands and we'll watch what you do about it now. And then we'll maybe give you the nod of agreement or the nod of not agreement. But don't ask us to solve the problem for you. Go on now, get it fixed.
But their way of fixing it is actually to fight each other, which is it's a bad state of affairs. And
we haven't even got Northern Ireland fixed yet. You might think you have, but we haven't. It's teetering on the brink too. So let's look after our own first, and then they can worry about themselves. Now,
okay,
it's an approach, yeah, but you know, I don't see anybody coming along to do it.
We are not the world's policemen.
I know, but I agree. But who is? Is there such a? Is it? Are we going to have to wait for the Chinese to get sufficient?
Yeah, let the Chinese move in.
You know, interest in doing the right thing for a change. You know, I just don't know.
Maybe President Biden, is his name Biden? President Biden and the Chinese can fix it.
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay. Now, Tesla, changing subject. Tesla invested billions in Bitcoin. They then said they would accept Bitcoin in payment for people buying their services and cars and products. And he's turned around today and said Tesla will no longer accept Bitcoin over climate concerns.
Is that actually what you've seen, Peter, Stephen? Because
that's the headline. The whole headlines are from the BBC. That's
particular type of Bitcoin that he's not taking. He's quite happy to take the green energy produced Bitcoin, I think. I might be wrong.
No, you're both right. But it doesn't make for a stable currency if the announcement by one person can actually.
Yeah, but he's playing the market, isn't he? He's essentially shorting Bitcoin. Bought a load of it, made a few comments, woof, down it goes, and he'll just buy it again. He's a bloody genius, you know, that guy.
Never trusted Bitcoin and things like that because it's cutting the government out. That's why. The government will interfere.
It's not cutting the government out, it's cutting the banking system out. None of this stuff is backed up by what you might call real money.
Quite correct in saying people get Bitcoin then try to withdraw it. Is there a problem that? Can you draw it as hard cash?
No, because you know it was worth about 60,000 somethings. I don't know how much for. Now it's down to, let's say, 30,000 somethings.
Yes.
And who loses? What have they lost? Have they lost a number of Bitcoins, or have they just lost the market valuation on it? I just don't get it.
I've never even contemplated using it.
John?
I've never shown any interest whatsoever in Bitcoin. So.
Yeah.
I'm quite interested in the stuff behind it, the blockchain stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't fathom.
It's beyond me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I couldn't fathom, still can't fathom the mechanism that actually creates the Bitcoin.
Well, that's reasonably simple. It's just crashing GPUs to do some really weird calculations to prime number base. I mean, we're all sort of IT people, aren't we, to an extent? And
I hope,
bloody clue.
I hope Nicola Sturgeon doesn't take it in as our currency.
No, she'll keep the pound, I'm sure. But I mean, there's all these calculations that are going on. What are they actually achieving? Is it betterment of mankind, or is it just it's a game?
It's greed. Look how much Bitcoin are. Have you heard? It's crashed.
Yeah, it does seem like a game. John's busy today.
A little problem in that the little baskets have kicked the wall down at the allotments, and I mean down to ground level. Right. So I'm trying to get hold of the council to come and put a temporary fence up.
Okay.
I'm typing live notes back and forth with the council people, that's all. Hopefully I'll have stopped it in the moment.
Hi, Kelly. Just, I don't know, did you put his name up?
Yeah, I can do it again, Peter.
Oh, sorry. I've never seen it. Sorry about that. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Right, okay. So Stephen's gone to make himself another coffee or tea. Yeah. John's writing to the council. Peter and I are just chilling.
There's one thing I want to mention to you.
Yeah.
You've never mentioned Angelica's.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you.
Getting as a councillor or something.
Right. It was the county council elections last week for Wiltshire. Angelica stood in Devizes East. She spent 6 weeks going around 2,300 houses, making her name known. Beginning of the campaign, she wasn't known. But by the end of the campaign, she was very well known, but not known enough. Right. The ward was run by an ex-mayor, Kelvin, and Kelvin and Angelica have known each other for the last 30 years. So it was all a very friendly election. But this was a time when, it is a time when if the Conservatives stand, especially in the south of England, or even in the north of England now, they're actually going to win. They're actually going to win. So Angelica was second. 338 people voted for her, which from a standing start is brilliant. She's going to carry on with her political career. She made lots of new contacts and friends through it, Conservatives and Labour. So yeah, it was the beginning. All right, and Chris is saying Angelica did excellent work. Thank you, Chris, and I heartily agree with you. I managed to get a photograph, which is on my profile and on Angelica's profile, of the 3 candidates. And you can see that they aren't guns blazing at each other. They actually know each other. And in the future, we'll no doubt work together. But Angelica is off and running, now established in the local Lib Dem party. And it was an experience I would not forget. Going to the count, the count was over in Trowbridge. They were very well organised.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just a minute. Okay, so I muted John's microphone.
Yeah.
It was extremely well organised. I mean, the voting count, they were just so professional. There were a team of 8 counting the votes for the ward, and it took them about 50 minutes to count and verify, and come up with a result. The result was announced publicly, and it was just an amazing experience to actually be part of the political process, because it is very efficient, would be the word. Very efficient.
Talking
Right,
about
so it's a good result. Okay, we've got the top of Stephen's head at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is,
it's a big forehead, is it?
I don't know.
It's a Klingon's forehead. He's back.
Okay.
Hey, talking
Okay.
about efficiency.
Yeah.
I maybe told you I had to go to the doctor on Sunday. Sat me down and they said, unfortunately, your temperature is 38. You're going to have to go for a COVID test. Oh, right. And I got in my car on Monday and I went to the airport, which isn't far from me. And I've got to say it was a very, very slick operation. Very slick. But to do the test ourselves inside the car, but it was well planned. There was no rush, and there was hardly anybody there, to be honest, because we've hardly any figures. And do you know what? It's a funny thing, sitting waiting for the test to come through, and it came through the next day in a tick, and it said, you haven't got it, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a bit of relief, because after over a year, I would have hated to have picked up that COVID just for maybe going to a shop or out on my bicycle or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It was a good slick operation.
The whole operation has been, it's like a military operation. It's so well organised.
Yes.
Everybody knows exactly what they're doing. All the parts fit together, and you feel that they do care, despite the fact that they obviously have to be dispassionate. They are actually interested. And we have been joined by Chris. Well, Chris is already here. Angelica did excellent work. That already came on earlier.
Yeah.
John, how's the council doing?
I wish I knew. That was one of the people from the council, but they haven't got any positive news for me. But at least they've acknowledged that they've got my notes.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. Now I've got a new widget. Whenever any of you say anything, Google is actually transcribing your words. And at the bottom of my screen, it's just switched itself off now because I'm talking about it. It's shy, but it does transcribe any narration, talking, and it gives you a translation straight away. So from within the studio, I can see the text and read the text as you're actually speaking. So if I miss anything, I can go back and check that I haven't misheard you. The other thing is, I said to PTSD when we're broadcasting, if you were on YouTube and listening to music, it will give you the lyrics, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
All right, good.
Yeah. So it's back now. It took a break for a moment there. If you want it tested out, simple and straightforward, in Google Chrome, go to Settings, go to advanced, and you'll see a new option, probably the third block down, which is, yeah, it's there. Okay, right.
So what's, hold on, just what's the purpose of that again? What's the purpose of it?
Hold on, what's the purpose of that again? There you are. I can actually read back your words, Peter. You can't see it, I can see it.
Does it save it to a file at the end?
No, it doesn't save it to a file at the end. I think it's just out in beta at the moment to see whether people actually use it.
I mean, I see it
because it's in my studio. It's attached to Chrome, so it's attached to my copy of Chrome. So if you switch it on in your Chrome, you too would see all the words.
Right. So where is it? Open it. Is it more tools?
Settings.
Settings. Yeah.
Let's do this in unison. This is live. So settings.
Yeah.
Scroll down till you get to advanced.
Right.
Click the advanced button.
Yeah.
And scroll down till you get to accessibility.
Yeah.
And the first option is live caption.
Yeah.
Click it. Turn it blue.
Yeah.
That's it. And it might take a few seconds to go into effect, but that's all you need to do. And you can see live captions.
Right.
As we're talking. It's obviously in beta at the moment. It's not perfect, but it is something.
So I should see my own writing on my own screen.
You should see what I say. You should see what Stephen says, John says.
Not happening in the studio.
I don't know. We'll not do it now. Perhaps you need to refresh. So it's there for next week.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the cat amongst the pigeons because I know that the three of you are really for this particular project. The high-speed HS2 high-speed rail project begins underground tunnel, and it's digging a tunnel, and it's going to take it 3.5 years. And these are just amazing technological machines. There's superb piece of engineering. I remember when they were digging the tunnel, we used to go buy hovercraft over to France, but we dropped in at the museum and had a look, and the digging machine, just an incredible piece of kit.
Yeah.
Okay, who's buzzing?
Not me.
That was me.
Yeah, that was me. I've got it in writing. Okay, and out to Chris.
What's happened to my thing? What do you call it? I'll have a look. I keep forgetting the name of that thing. I keep calling it clicky. It's not.
Okay, comment from Chris, and Chris is just saying that I bought the recommendation from Mark out to make blogs, and that was happy. What was it called, Chris? Happy something.
Right.
And it was a piece of blog creation software.
Isn't that on offer on AppSumo at the moment?
It is, yeah. Yeah, that's why Marco was talking about it. Happy Scribe, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. What's happening in Stoke, Stephen?
14th in the Football League, Championship League. It's dull, wet, windy, no sun. And no, nothing. Sorry.
Right. Are we looking forward to next Monday?
Well, that's a very good question. It's a very good question. The answer, if you don't mind from me, the answer is damn straight we are, because we want to run our first networking session, business networking session, on Wednesday, 19th.
Yeah, that's tight.
You'll know we've been Zooming. We've done 150 Zooms in the last year.
Yeah.
And we think we're going to sort of go back to the Stone Golf Club, and we'll have a screen, and I'll do the Zoom for those who want to attend virtually. But then on Monday morning, there was an article in The Guardian by one of the scientists on Sage, it was, quote, a personal opinion, but she said that the rollout, sorry, not the rollout, the absolutely amazing increase in the Indian variant across the UK